Good morning, everyone. It is another beautiful morning here. The leaves on the trees are just about at its peak where I live. Lots of golds and reds, and oh, it's just beautiful. But, anyways, I hope you'll join me, and yeah. But if you happen to have read my community post that I posted on Wednesday, you would have seen that we had a scheduled power outage for repairs. At least that's what the power company said. And so I wasn't able to really, get a video edited and uploaded. But yeah, here I am today, and I wanted to show you something that worked out really well for not having power. And that is this that you see behind me. It's called a Melita, that's the brand, pour over coffee maker. So let me show you that really quick. But this is what I purchased, and I just purchased it off of Amazon. And all it is basically a drip coffee maker, but yeah, it doesn't take any power. What it came with was a coffee craft that is thermal, and then it came with this little top. You just use your standard filters, just like you would in your coffee maker, and you put in your desired amount of coffee. So what I did, because I wasn't really sure how much to do, I put in, this is a tablespoon, so I put in 7 just about level tablespoons of coffee into there. You boil your water and you turn it off. And well, first what I did is I filled this up with hot water from the spigot and let it sit in there while the water was boiling on the stove. Once that came to a boil, I turned off the boiling water, dumped this, prepared this for my coffee. And even though there's coffee in here, I'll show you, this just literally sits right on top like that. And you just slowly pour your water over it. And you have drip coffee without any electric power source, and then it's in a thermal craft, so it stays warm. Now, yesterday I made it, let me see, it must have been right around 5 o'clock in the afternoon, 5:30. I just wanted to see what it was going to taste like, because even though I had purchased this weeks ago, I had never used it. And so I went ahead and I made the coffee, because I thought, well, if it doesn't taste good, I can just make some more for Rick, because he gets up about 7 in the evening. So I made the coffee, and it was wonderful. It was very easy. It did seem to be a little slow as the water dripped through here. It's not like your electric. At first, your first half of your pot, it comes through very quickly, but the last half, it's a lot slower. And so I got a little impatient, and let me show you here. There was still some water in this, so what I did is I just took it off the craft, and I set it right on my coffee mug like this, and then I poured myself a cup of coffee, because I just didn't want to wait for that last little bit of coffee water to drip through there. And so, yeah, and it filled up like a half a cup of that coffee. But I was really pleased, and I just thought, if you're a coffee lover, like, you get up in the morning and the very first thing you think of is, I want a cup of coffee. This might be a good alternative if there's power outages, for you to be able to have coffee, because most of us can still find a way of boiling water. So anyways, yeah, and it takes 40 ounces. This fills 40 ounces. And so that was your standard, coffee craft of getting, if you were to buy a drip coffee maker. So anyways, just thought I'd share that with you, and I was really pleased. It is, I believe, in my Amazon link below, and yeah, this is not sponsored. I just was very pleased with being able to have coffee and no power. I realized that I was going to tell you how long that stayed hot, and I forgot. But anyways, I made it about 5:30. When my husband got up at 7, he poured himself a cup of steaming hot coffee. So yeah, it was still really hot. He ended up, you know, drinking it throughout the next hour or so, a couple more cups, and it stayed hot. So that was good, because that means that was like 3.5 hours, and it was still hot. So that's excellent in my book. I think you're going to be able to hear Rick mowing the lawn in the background every once in a while. So forgive me if there is some noise during me making this video. So anyways, one of the other things I wanted to talk to you about is those potato peelers. Remember, I have been so set back so far in what I thought I was going to accomplish this week, because one, my potato peeler broke, and two, then the power problem with them wanting to repair the power. And so, yeah, I just got really behind on everything. And I did finally make it to Bath, Bed & Beyond, and I went there because I thought I'd probably get a better potato peeler than what I might find at Walmart. So anyways, I go there, and what happens? Their power goes out. Everything goes totally dark. Their emergency lights come on, and I'm standing there and I'm thinking, no, this can't be happening. And then their lights come back on, like within 2 or 3 minutes, but then their registers, they couldn't get them to reboot up properly. So I said, you know what, just leave them here. I'll come back tomorrow. So that's what I did. I went, we had a vet appointment for Missy, a follow-up for Missy May. And so we scooted over there, and yeah, I finally got those potato peelers. And this is what I got. I got 2 because I am going to incorporate my husband to help me with this. But I got this one here, so I hope that these will be, and then this. But I'm really hoping that these will be maybe a little bit easier on the hands, because, you know, when you're doing that many pounds of potatoes, it can be a little rough to, you know, on the hands. So anyways, I was finally able to get that. And an update on Missy is, yes, he took a blood test. We're assuming that everything's good. He will let us know if there's a problem. And she's just going to continue on the, I believe it's called carprofen. Let me see. It is carprofen, which is kind of like doggy Advil, because, you know, dogs can't have Advil, but it's kind of like that. And then this one is called gabapentin. And this is actually one that people take. And so, yeah, she's going to continue on those for probably the next 3 months, because this is going to be a long going, you know, try to heal her. And so, yeah, we'll see how it goes. She seems to be, she's still limping, let's put it that way, but she seems to be happier. She seems to be more active, and that's good, because it was kind of sad to just see her kind of mope around and go into doggy depression. But so she's doing much better, and so we're pleased with that. But anyways, sorry that not much is going on this day for this video, because I'm just so far behind on not being able to get done what I normally get done. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and I am going to get my house cleaned back up and get some laundry done. And yeah, and my plans is to make some taco soup tomorrow. So I hope you want to join me with that video, because this is a delicious soup. And no, it is not too hot. So yeah, so we'll be doing that in the next video, and we'll just right now, we'll move on to our devotion, and I hope all of you have a blessed day. Today's devotion is titled Evangelization or Confrontation. And in John 6:44, our scripture for today is, "No one can come to me unless the Father who sent me draws him, giving him the desire to come to me, and I will raise him up from the dead on the last day." And this is from the Amplified Version. You know, there are many times when those we love, and even those that we struggle to love, simply don't have eyes to see God or ears to hear him. So many believers hijack their own joy and peace in the Lord because of unsaved family members or friends. You see, we have to accept and realize that our personal peace and joy is a fruit of welcoming God into our lives, not the fruit of others welcoming God into their lives. Coming to believe in and welcoming God personally is more than an academic exercise that we can walk somebody through like in a classroom. Nor is it something that we can argue someone into. Faith certainly involves intellect. However, it also involves our hearts, our souls, and even coming to terms with what we have done in the past, as well as what has been done to us in the past. Because a relationship with God involves one's entire being, a person can't be led into a relationship with God with an intellectual argument alone. You see, this is so much more than intellectual confrontation. In fact, Jesus told the Apostle Peter that visible flesh and bone did not lead Peter to faith in Jesus, but our unseen Father in heaven did. And we're told about this in Matthew chapter 16, verses 16 and 17, which reads, Simon Peter replied, "You are the Christ, the Messiah, the anointed, the Son of the living God." Then Jesus answered him, "Blessed are you, Simon, son of Jonah, because flesh and blood, mortal man, did not reveal this to you, but my Father who is in heaven." Remember, if someone can't see our way of thinking, they can see our lifestyle. And your lifestyle will likely say more about Jesus Christ than any words that you ever speak. Remember also that peace is a fruit of the Holy Spirit, not fruit from others agreeing with you. If you think that other people agreeing with you will bring you peace, God may still have more to teach you about the role of the Holy Spirit in your life and his personal invitation to give your life fully to him. Remember what Galatians chapter 5, verses 22 and 23 tells us. But the fruit of the Spirit, the result of his presence within us, is love, unselfish concern for others, joy, inner peace, patience, not the ability to wait, but how we act while waiting, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control. Against such things there is no law. So let's decide to live for God and accept his peace today. Then leave the rest with him. When he needs you to speak the truth, you will know it. In fact, when people do have ears to hear the truth, you may actually find that they will ask you to speak it to them. They will begin asking you questions. I hope that this has helped someone, because I see so many believers that allow their joy to be dictated by their family and friends coming to the Lord because they're concerned, and they should be. But when you become concerned about your family and your friends coming to the Lord, that is not your call to lose your joy. That is your call to go to your knees and talk to the Lord and plead your heart to him. And keep your joy, keep your peace, because the joy of the Lord is your strength. Do not allow the enemy to steal that. God bless, and I will talk to you in the next video.